Okay, Crabominable puts in unbelievable work this game. It's absolutely crazy. And Dartrix as well gets a couple of KOs. Really, really solid battle. I can't wait for you guys to see it. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battle. Today we're having a battle versus Biohazard, who's actually a randomer again, but they have a really cool team, and they play really well. So I was pretty surprised by it. Go ahead and join the Discord server. It's the best place to go for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battles right now. There is a link in the description down below. Please like and subscribe for more videos like this one. And with that being said, let's jump into the team preview. Okay, you know, for a randomer, this guy's got a pretty cool team. He's got a Cinderace, Zangoose, Skuntank, Klefki, Slowking, and a Hisuian Zoroark. So gotta watch out for the Hisuian Zoroark. It's gonna hit me incredibly hard, so I need to be very wary of that. I think I'm probably better off leading with Camerupt and going for the nice and powerful Stealth Rocks. I think they're going to be important for whittling down their team. So let's go for that, and then we'll just kind of have to wing it the whole way through. And the battle begins. So Biohazard's going to lead off with Zangoose, as we obviously led off with Camerupt. So it's not a bad matchup. We got the Hoenn Pokemon against each other right now. I think I'm going to go straight for a Stealth Rocks here. I would go for a Will-O-Wisp, but they probably switch out anyway into something else. Or they're probably the Zoroark, to be honest with you. If they've led with Zangoose, probably the Zoroark. They go for a U-turn, which tells me they are not the Zangoose. They are definitely the Zoroark. And they're going to go back to Biohazard. Because Zangoose does not learn U-turn, I don't believe. I don't think it does anyway. I mean, unless they got given it in Scarlet and Violet, but I'm not aware of it. They go into the Slowking. So Slowking comes in. Slowking's a fine one there, so they'll go for the Stealth Rocks, get them up on our side of the field. Camerupt just disappeared when making that animation for some reason. I have no idea why. I guess the camera was a bit too close. Yep, Camerupt disappeared. Why has it disappeared? I don't know. That's very bizarre, though. That's very, very bizarre. It's still disappeared. Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Come on, show me the Camerupt. Show me the Camerupt. There it is. It's still there. It's still there. So, we've got a couple of options here. I think we go straight into Raichu. Raichu threatens the Slowking out, and also we haven't got any ground types on the team, so we can just go for a Volt Switch if we want to, or a Thunderbolt for that matter. So Raichu looks like it's doing really well against their team. They go for the Surf straight away. Raichu's going to eat that up like it's nothing, and then we could go for a Thunderbolt to KO it, or we can go for a Volt Switch. I think I'm going to go for a Volt Switch because I feel like they're going to stay in and try and tank the electric hits and go for another Surf, and Raichu's pretty important for this game. It takes on the Klefki pretty well because Thunder Wave doesn't work, obviously. So we go for a Volt Switch. There we go. Does a good half to it, so that tells me Thunderbolt wouldn't have KO'd anyway. Because Raichu's not really the biggest powerhouse in the world. Let's be real. So now we can probably just go straight into our Dartrix and go for a Leaf Blade to KO this thing. So let's go Dartrix real quick. There we go. Dartrix comes on in as they go for a Chilly Reception, which is absolutely fine by me. That's going to boost the defense of my Crabominable, which is actually really good for me. So it starts to snow, which is always nice, and they're going to go back to Biohazard. This is obviously a PU team that I'm using, and I have to battle randomers because for some reason it keeps DCing me from people in my Discord server, so it's whatever, I guess. So Skuntank comes in. Skuntank definitely takes us on pretty well. They can not learn Defog this generation, as they probably go for a Stealth Rocks now. So I'm going to go into Crabominable. I think, not Stealth Rocks, they probably go for a Poison Jab, sorry. A Poison Jab or a Sludge Bomb. So we'll go into Crabominable because we can definitely take any hit this thing wants to throw at us. No problems there. As they go for a Toxic Spike. So Toxic Spikes are on the field, which is good to know. Very good to know. Dartrix is my defogger, of course. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go for a Bulk Up. And the reason I'm going to go for a Bulk Up here is because they're probably going to go for another Toxic Spikes. But also, Crabominable works out really well against their team, to be honest with you. So I'm going to go for that Bulk Up real quick. There we go. They do withdraw Skuntank. What are they going to go into, though? Are they going to go into the Slowking, or are they going to go Cinderace? Cinderace comes in. So Cinderace is great here. We're going to be able to get a KO on the Cinderace, no problem. The reason being is quite simple. We are extremely powerful. We're in the snow. We've got a defense boost already, as well as the snow. So I'm going to go straight for that EQ and get the KO. I would go for Drain Punch. They go for a Will-O-Wisp. Will-O-Wisp Cinderace. Oh, wow. Okay, so that's thrown me off. I did not expect that at all. Did not expect that at all. So Phil is got a Lumberry, so I'm not too bothered about the Will-O-Wisp, but it just really threw me off. Really threw me off. As we can go for the EQ, take out the Cinderace, and that's one big threat out of the way. So Cinderace goes down, which is great. They weren't expecting the Lumberry, was they? They definitely weren't expecting the Lumberry. So Crabominable is actually looking really powerful right now. In comes Klefki. That's an interesting one. So Klefki comes in. Klefki is going to get some Stealth Rock damage and all that stuff. They probably go for a screen here. So I'm going to go for the EQ anyway. I think EQ is absolutely fine for us to do. They go for a Thunder Wave to paralyze us. That's absolutely fine. Crabominable is not exactly known for its speed anyway, so I just hope we don't get fully paralyzed. So there we go, we're paralyzed. We go for an EQ, it's +1. Should KO the Klefki. It does KO the Klefki, which is absolutely amazing. Down it goes. I think now they kind of have to go into the Zangoose. The snow does stop, which is unfortunate, but what can you do about that? They either go Slowking or they go Zangoose here. In comes the Skuntank. So Skuntank comes in. Nice and powerful. Gotta love it, gotta love it. Is it the Skuntank though? That's the real question. Based on the damage it's taken already, I'd say yes. I'm going to go for a nice and powerful Earthquake again. They might Tera here. If they do Tera, that's a good play on their part. They go for the Poison Jab to get some damage off. Not a lot of damage is being done there, though, thanks to the Bulk Up, as we go for the EQ and we take out the Skuntank. So Crabominable, wow. Crabominable, wow. Okay, so we're looking really good right now. In comes the Zangoose. Zangoose has close combat, so we've got to watch out for that. But I believe... I wholeheartedly believe we can take a close combat from this thing and go for a Drain Punch and KO it in return. They go for a Flamethrower, confirming they are the Hisuian Zoroark. Doesn't quite get the KO, but we're fully paralyzed. And even if we wasn't, we went for Drain Punch, which doesn't affect Hisuian Zoroark. So we are going to lose our Crabominable here. I'm going to go for an Earthquake. They go for a Flamethrower. Zangoose's animation for Flamethrower looks really cool as well. I love the way it tilts its head and just kind of goes around. So we lose Crabominable to the Zoroark, which is absolutely fine by me. I don't mind that whatsoever. Now, I'm thinking we go either Raichu or we go Camerupt. I think Camerupt's a good one because more than likely the choice specs and they're locked into Flamethrower. So going into Camerupt is a sound idea to me. We do get poison from the Toxic Spikes, of course, which is unfortunate, but what can you do? As now I'm going to go for an Earth Power, just in case the Slowking comes in. They do withdraw the Zangoose. Are they going to go Slowking? Or are they going to go Zangoose, the real Zangoose? They're going to go Slowking as expected. So Slowking is good. Nice little switch for them. It's going to get some Stealth Rock damage and it's going to get some Earth Power damage. Not enough to KO, of course, as it does barely anything. Wow, okay, that did barely anything to it. So, we're going to get some Leftovers Recovery. And we're also going to get some Poison damage, which is unfortunate, but it's absolutely fine. I need Camerupt around for the Zoroark, that's for sure, because it's specially defensive. Now I'm going to go into my Dartrix. I think Dartrix is a sound play. So we'll go into Dartrix real quick. They probably go for a nice and powerful chilly reception right now. But even if they do, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. They go for a Surf. Fair enough. Going for the KO on the Camerupt. It's going to do some decent damage to Dartrix. Not too much damage, but it is damage nonetheless. I'm going to go for the knockoff, expecting them to switch into the Zangoose right now. They do withdraw the Slowking. They don't go for the chilly reception or anything like that because they don't want to get hit by a Leaf Blade. And they're going to go into the Zangoose. This is great because if the Zangoose has an item of some kind, we're going to knock it off. If it's got the Toxic Orb, I mean, we're going to knock it off. Never mind, it's the Zoroark. It's the Zoroark and it is currently KO'd. So Zoroark goes down to the Dartrix in one blow. That's crazy good, that is. So Dartrix and the Cinderace are both out of the way, which is amazing. In comes the Zangoose. So Zangoose comes in. Nice and powerful. Finally get to see it. Oh, it's got full health. Of course it was the Zangoose before. So, we've got a couple of options here. We can switch out into Gothitelle, which I'm tempted to do. Or, we can sack off no, not Raichu. We don't sack off Raichu here. Definitely don't sack off Raichu here. I think we go into Wugtrio. Because Dartrix can still be useful against the Slowking, so we'll keep that around. They could easily pull this back with the Zangoose, to be honest with you. So we'll go into Lipstick the Wugtrio. There we go. We're going to get poisoned, unfortunately, but it is what it is. As now they're going to go for a Facade. That's probably going to KO us, right? Nearly. But the poison does finish us off. So there we go. Wugtrio goes down. Didn't do diddly squat this game. But Dartrix, on the other hand, getting the KO on the Zoroark. Crabominable definitely goes in the thumbnail, though, with Dartrix. So that's pretty awesome. So what we're going to do now is... we've got a couple of options. We can go Raichu if we want to and go for a Focus Blast. But they could Tera still. Or we can go Gothitelle, and I'm thinking Gothitelle's a good shout. So we'll go Gothitelle. There we go, Gothitelle comes in. It's going to get poisoned, unfortunately, but it is what it is. What can you do about that? Not a lot, not a lot. And we're going to go for a Focus Blast to get the KO on this thing. They do go for a Facade, trying to get some damage off. It's not going to do much damage to a physically defensive Gothitelle, as Focus Blast does hit, which is great. That's going to KO the Zangoose, no problem, as down it goes. So Gothitelle getting a KO, which is really cool on the Zangoose. Pretty awesome stuff right there. In comes the Slowking. So what we have to do here is, in order to beat this Slowking, we need to sack off our Camerupt. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. They probably go for a Surf here to get some damage off, or a Future Sight. So we'll withdraw Camerupt real quick. We'll withdraw Gothitelle into Camerupt, sorry. There we go, Camerupt comes in. Looking good, looking good. There we go. As they go for a Future Sight. Future Sight is obviously going to do a lot of damage to something later on down the line. We do have the Gothitelle in the back, though, if we ever need it, so it's not that big of a deal. The poison is going to rack up on the Gothitelle, though. That's the thing. So Slowking, we're definitely going to need to use the combination of Raichu and Dartrix. So what we'll do now is we'll let Camerupt go down to the Surf. We should outspeed the Slowking because, I mean, it is literally the king of slow. There we go. We outspeed the Slowking because it's the king of slow. Go for an Earth Power, get some chip damage off on it as they go for a Surf, and that's probably going to take out our Camerupt over here. There we go. Camerupt is specially defensive and has the solid rock ability, which halves the damage of super effective moves. But it's 4 times weak to water, so it wasn't really going to work out. So now we can go into Raichu, and we should be able to finish this thing off with a Thunderbolt. If we don't finish it off with a Thunderbolt somehow, then I'm going to be very disappointed in Raichu. I'm going to be extremely disappointed in Raichu. So let's go for the Thunderbolt real quick. They're actually going to Tera. So what type are they going to go into then to take Thunderbolt? That's the real question. What type are they going to go into? They are going to go normal. Interesting. I've not expected normal. Makes you weak to fighting, but it gives you an immunity to Ghost, which is pretty interesting. So I'm guessing that's for other Hisuian Zoroarks. So anyway, Thunderbolt isn't able to KO because it's a normal type. They go for a Surf. That's going to be able to KO Raichu, unfortunately. But we have left the Slowking in prime position for Dartrix to come in and finish it off with a Leaf Blade. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll go into Trixxy, the Dartrix. There we go. Nice and shiny. Gotta love it, gotta love it. And we'll go for a Leaf Blade and finish this thing off, hopefully. There we go, Leaf Blade comes through. Finishes off the Slowking, and that is going to be the game. So that was actually a decent battle versus a randomer. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And we actually managed to win with our PU team as well, which is really good. So thank you for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, of course, leave a like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And with that being said, I'll see you all in a bit.